Hey, I'm gonna start the video off like that this time. Hey, what's going on? This is MediEvil for the PlayStation 1, Part 4 out of I don't know how many parts. And today we're gonna do the incredibly hard, incredibly insane Asylum level. Just adjust my mic volume. There we go. Now, this is the part of the map where it would actually really help to have the auto run turned on. But what can you do? It won't let me edit that audio. What you do is in the corner here, you just fling the axe going around. Let all those guys pile up in the corner. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. This isn't good. There we go. Now with the Asylum level, probably the hardest part in this whole game. It's just a gauntlet run of sorts. And I hate this room especially because you die nearly immediately. And you got the cannons shooting at you. So what I'm going to do is hopefully try and get these guys all rounded up. Depending on how well this playthrough, this level goes, this might be all it is. Oh man, I'm just hoarse today. So something I was doing recently is I got into watching like old not old videos, but videos based on old Disneyland rides. Like a Defunct Land, that channel on YouTube. It's really interesting stuff. Like I'm just like I like usually how Disney handles their cancellation of rides and not much anything else they do, because as far as I'm concerned, they're evil. But that's a pretty interesting channel. Like I just got done watching one of the worst Disney rides ever made in the California Adventure area. You guys should actually look that up. This Defunct Land on YouTube. Ooh, thank God I got a energy vial. Don't want to sound like ad space, but I mean that's really interesting stuff. And now I'm getting ads. I'm getting like email spam from Amazon telling me to buy stuff. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it through this one alive. Man, I need a drink. I'm just gonna step back here and get my beverage.
It won't take forever.
Here. Yeah, that's buzzing, ain't it? How come every time I need to get a drink while recording, it's like, okay, here's your drink. It's like a third of the way full. Or it's like nearly empty. Anyway. We're 4 minutes in and we've already realized that it's abysmal trying to get through the asylum. Who would have thought? Who would have known? Me, because I've played this game before. Actually, I have a good have a good feeling that I don't have full health, so I'm just gonna go do what we did in the second video? Maybe third one, is to go to the graveyard and top us off. Because that's what it needs most. I'm trying. Hey, wait. We did have full health. It's just the asylum is stupid. Just all sorts of busted. Fine, we'll try and ignore this ever happened. How you guys doing? You enjoying the series? I was thinking about this last night. And just because I got roughly 3 hours of footage already racked up on the MediEvil playthrough. Okay, I also gotta remind myself, I reviewed some of the footage of the MediEvil playthrough, and during loading screens, I get cut off. It's just how the emulator functions. That's just how it is. So we're gonna instead play the Enchanted Earth. I know we was gonna play the Asylum Grounds, but right now I just don't get enough health. It's a cutscene going into the place. So I'll try not to talk during the loading screens because that just ends up being a problem I don't want to deal with. Actually, adjust my mic volume because it's a little loud. I'm still not in a good gold area. Man. What good's a throwing object if you can't hit anything with it? The frogs are the worst things ever. Is the battle axe one of the best weapons in the game? Yes. And it one-hits a lot of the stuff running around. But look at that. It doesn't mean anything when something's hopping around the... Oh, got him. Doesn't mean much when he's hopping around the area, being impossible. I hate these frogs so much. Kill everything. I'm just glad that when I release the demon spawn, the frogs are not left. Now, as I did, I think in the, I don't remember which video it was. I think it's part 3. Oh my god, I hate this level. There's nothing here. There's just frogs being annoying. You release demon spawn, and it's just not good. Just needed a sip. I tried looking for a cough drop, but you know. For some reason, I don't have any nearby. Okay, Rob. You did this before in a video. You have physical proof. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. I just need the rune. Okay, it's always the last egg you bust open. Great. Good to know. I think a proper remaster of this game is in order. Aside from the clearly dated control system and you know, just the old graphics in general. Cutscenes that look a good, that looks like it has a good touch of 1990s to it. That 1990s CGI. This game could go for a good remaster. Put it in a double pack of sorts. MediEvil 1 and 2. You know what? Actually, you know what you should do? Make MediEvil 3 and include a remaster of 1 and 2 with the base game. Think about that. Think about that, Sony. Think about what kind of money printer that would be. I forget. I need a cough drop. I don't know where one is. Because I don't own any. Because they're leisure items. Kill the frog. Kill the frog. God, I hate this level. This is just not the weapon for this weapon. It's your weapon. Be very quiet. I'm hunting PlayStation 1 Classics. This is going to make me a crazy person. God help you. This is a good start to a video, ain't it? Just me being crazy. That MediEvil 1's the most irritating levels. Now we have the Shadow Artifact misspelled. Which is very strange because this game was made by Sony Cambridge. And if you didn't notice, Cambridge is in England. Nah, this puzzle, I don't recall how to solve it. Maybe I read this. Because I remember just... Nope, there's no hints to it. It's just, okay, here it is, this abstract puzzle with only this decal on the wall to actually mean anything. And there's no indicator that you've gotten it wrong. It's just press the 4 buttons and see what happens. And that's how you know you got it wrong. There's like no indication of how this puzzle is solved. Maybe... Oh, man. Maybe get the hammer and break it down, something I've never tried. Just do, There's no, like, indicators anywhere. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe there's a book outside that you can't access. You're down here until you finish this puzzle. There's the little demon head we gotta collect. There's a vial back there and the chalice. I guess this is just one of those times in 1990s where it's like trial and error everything and hope for the best. So the demon on the wall is facing the spiral. Hit that one first. There's clearly no change. Is it to have some like continuity between the platforms? No. I remember back in the day looking up how to get this, but I don't remember what the password was. This is like one of the most irritating parts of the whole game. Maybe it symbolizes something. It's earth, wind, fire, and whatever the heck this bottom one is. 'Cause that's clearly water, right? This fire at the top. It's green over here, so I'm guessing that's earth. And this one might be wind. Or maybe this one's wind and that one's water. But how would you even connect the dots with this puzzle? There's no, like, indications. I don't... There's no items in here. There's no hints. I don't think. Magical spears? No. I don't have anything in my inventory that could possibly teach me anything. And the only other map in this game is the asylum, and you don't have enough health to even attempt that. Is it color coded? Because it's blue for water, gray for wind. That's what I'm guessing. Green for earth, and red for fire. Let's just do the earth, wind, and fire thing. And the last one, I guess, will be water. Is it in alphabetical order? Yeah, earth would be first. No, then wind and water are last. No, it would be water, then wind. Earth, fire. That's it. It's hard to tell which one. Let's do this one and then. That ain't it. This is the part of the game they didn't include into the remaster for obvious reason. Let me escape. There's no color coding. There's no hints. This is all you've got. And if you're stuck, well, guess what you have to do? You have to leave the nest by exiting the game. No, I'm Googling it. That's what we're doing here. We're Googling this because I'm not going to just sit around and just fustigate myself. Okay, I'm Googling. I put in MediEvil, and the first thing on it's MediEvil PS4, and then down at the near bottom is MediEvil Remaster. So we're just going to take that as false, and we're gonna look up demon puzzle. Yep, look at that. Shadow demon puzzle. Oh, this is very familiar. I went to the same thing. The one with the 4 elemental buttons that release the demons from the spinning tomb. There were any ever logic to that puzzle aside from just guessing? People are just saying, I think it's this, I think it's this. People are saying the emblem on the wall are supposed to be the answer, which, where are you getting this information? It's just, there's a dude in the middle, the demons, and then the 4 symbols. I think the bottom post is just the answer. There's no answers. Everybody's just saying, maybe it's this. I don't know what it stands for. Does it stand for this? Someone had pointed out the layout and the symbols on the wall did not match the patterns that were in on the floor at all. Wait, what? No, it matches. Fire's adjacent to the spiral. The spiral is adjacent to what appears to be a little thing at the bottom here. And then that's right where it should be. And it's all pretty much picture perfect from the orientation of the room. People are just saying, I just dedicated myself to doing it. You're not giving us any kind of... Somebody said they took 2 hours doing it, which seems about correct, just because of the sheer speed of the character and having to go through all the combinations, which is a 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 situation, which eventually just comes up to 24 different combinations. Oh my god. Yeah, nobody's talking about what it is. It's just, oh, we just tried working on it. Shadow demon puzzle. Here's the wiki. Hopefully there's some sort of competence here. walkthroughs. This better not be the remaster. It's just a video. Come on. Yeah, this has nothing. I'm not about to watch somebody's fracassin' video. MediEvil walkthrough on this garbage site, NeoSeeker, whatever. Actually, NeoSeeker's what I used. I was thinking, oh, NeoSeeker. Then I remember the formatting, and I'm like, oh, I've been here. Return to Graveyard. Asylum Grounds. Inside the Asylum. Forget that level. Okay, I was reading this thing. Fire, Earth, Water, Wind. Fire. Earth. That's apparently wind. Water. Because I've done it the other way. Wind. Why is it that? Let me see if there's any kind of... No, there's no reasoning behind it. It's just, that's what it is. Oh, God. Seizures. Oh, those dudes flying out. Yeah, there's just no reason for it. There's no indications. That's just what it is. I'm glad they did away with that puzzle. And there's no reasoning behind it. It's just, figure it out till you get it. There's no hints. And now the worst part of the map's to come when you actually do need the battle axe. Because, the frogs are gone. That's a good thing. But instead of frogs, we now have Satan demons.
What have you done? Once again, the shadow demons are wreaking havoc across the land, and it's all thanks to you. The single most destructive and wretched creatures in the history of the world, and you've given them an early parole. They will be heading for the ruins of King Peregrine's castle. Galamir is doomed.
Oh boy. This is actually one of the more difficult, oh god, irritating maps because these guys are just painful. They take a beating and then they give a beating. They give and take beatings like there's no tomorrow. It's not even fair. I think this is when you need the enchanted broadsword because it's magic ability against unholy demon spawn. And if you've noticed any sort of quality from the microphone, I've just moved it during that little speaking moment to, instead of being pointed directly at me, to kind of above me, just to see how that quality turns out, because I seem to have been peaking the microphone quite a bit in my previous video. Oh god. Okay, I think I can... Wow, I hate this level. I hate the demon spawn. They're like the hardest thing in this game, right next to the asylum. I need to find the guy who sells things so I can enchant the sword, because this is not cool. You got what you wished for, no frogs, but you got something far worse. 2 demons alone will take out more than half of your current health, Rob. Think about that carefully. Now, here should be the guy. Oh, yes, he is. Hello, my good sir. I would... Spears, I think, actually are enchanted. But they're 100 gold, and I'd rather take an enchanted sword. Now, watch and be amazed. Is the second strongest weapon as of right now. The great sword. Gonna avoid those, because they're evil. Okay, I should have spawned in the demons. Yep. Oh yeah, they're far easier to kill with the enchanted sword. Any more guys? Oh, there's the freaking bombers. Kill these plants. Everything spawns back, so if you've killed it before, reloading the area, because this technically is a second map, to where this didn't appear there. A lot of the gold features has been removed. I don't think this cauldron is any longer accessible. All of the frogs have been removed, and instead the spawn points have been replaced with demons. I feel like this is just an entirely different loading map. This is probably the second most irritating level in all of MediEvil. And I'm not even beginning to talk about the boss fight between you and Zarok. We'll talk about that when we get to it. So right now we're just going to heal up and hope for the best. Okay. That's all we can muster as of right now. I actually don't think demons spawn in anymore, except up here, where you would exit from a location. No, they would. Once you exit from the location, it resets spawn points. Oh yeah. You have to put the head here, and by this time you better have archery weaponry because you're gonna need it. And we've got 10. We've got 1,000. We got a good grand of gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase, pretty much fill out my entire archery arsenal here. Thank God this guy's here. Services, no supplies. Spears are the best right now. Standard arrows. We have enough crossbow bolts. Might as well top off on daggers. Repair the shield. We're going to switch to our longbow because we're going to need it. We're going to talk to this guy again and enchant our sword because they're going to keep spawning. Oh boy. Okay, you get your rune, but what about it? You fight a boss demon who happens to be 2 of them. The only way you can actually hit them is if they stand still, but if you do, you can just hit them with spears and pretty much clean them up. That's how I remember beating him. But you do have to wait on them to hold still, so you might as well just walk around with your shield out before one of them starts to... Oh no, this is the... I forgot the map did that. You have to be running. No, this is the part for the crossbow, because it's just a... Okay. Oh my god, this is like the most... For whatever reason, in my opinion, this game goes from, let's say, a 5 or 6 on a difficulty scale to a good 7 and 8. No, I wouldn't even say that. It goes from a 5 to a 7 without so much as a warning within the same level. Yeah, we have to just wait on them. Which is impossible because once you wait to throw spears at them, your voice cracks because you're 22 years old. This is why auto run just needs to be on. Control options, auto run. I'm just gonna toss this just the level design. I'd say this game's difficulty was a 3 to 4 pretty much throughout. Oh no! Stop it! It goes from a 3 to 4 pretty much throughout to within this level, it decides to turn into a 7 or 8. Why did he yank his arm off? Just a game where there's no real clear indication on what you need to do to beat it. To where you need the thing. Load your game, foolish mortal. not even the fact that Enchanted Earth level phase 2 is just hard. It's just that boss fight. And if you aren't prepared for the demons, it's gonna swallow you whole. So I feel like the best course of action is to take the Asylum route, because it's either this or Enchanted Earth, which is equally infuriating because of... We're just gonna take our broadsword, do a charge swing, and just wait. We're gonna wait for guys. We're gonna let them mass up. We're gonna kite them around the area. We're just gonna, when we get a good mass of guys, do one of these. I think this is how you beat the level initially. Hope to God you have the broadsword from the Hall of Heroes. This is like a speedrunner's nightmare. You'd think this would be a good speedrunning game, since the levels are relatively short and all the extra puzzles and stuff to get 100% completion in the game are kind of unnecessary. But then again, you get through the game and you realize the game punishes you not going around exploring the areas and getting 100%. You're going to have low quality weapons and minimal health vials. Just for the sole fact that you decided to take a fast approach and try and beat the game as fast as possible. This game was designed for you to explore. If you do not explore, you do not survive. It's plain and simple. Because do you think you can finish off the Asylum Grounds level with all that's going on? There's like over 100 or 300 guys in this map. And very little in the means of you're going to get health back. About halfway through the experience, you finally get a health support and like spire of health, but even then, by that time, you're infuriated with the match. And of course, the game can't handle. This engine cannot handle so many guys in a room, so it crawls down from 30 FPS to almost 20. And yes, that does interfere with the performance of the level. And then you got the bats, probably the most hard to hit enemy in the game. How hard is it? Well, I can equate it to this. Imagine playing tennis. Instead of a tennis ball, you have a golf ball, and instead of a tennis racket, you have a wooden rod approximately 1/4 of an inch in diameter. And keep in mind, these golf balls are not coming straight at you in a slow fashion to where you could easily tennis hit it. No, they're coming at you flying around in circles. Now, you know what it is? Imagine the snitch from Harry Potter, and you trying to hit it with a stick. A 1/4 inch diameter stick. And it's just zipping around you, and every time it takes a pass at you, it rips a piece of your skin off. So not only is it difficult to beat, it eventually kills you. And they keep spawning them. So we're going to go in the pit. This is probably the easiest part of the entire asylum, because they just have these guys running around. You can easily just charge up your sword, take a pass at them. And they can't do stupid things like charge at you. They don't have a pathing. It's just run around in semicircular fashion, and maybe you'll hit something. So this is probably the easiest part of the entire asylum map. How do I know this? Because I've played this map at least 400 times in my youth. And of course, that's an exaggeration. I put the true number probably at about 20. Where the freaking Joker's yelling at you. And naturally, they did take this part of the game out of the remaster and replace it with a more abridged version of it. Of course, it's still got the basic style of you go in and have dudes run at you, but it's not done to the power of pi. Now here is where we have our breath of fresh air. Our wall guy giving us an sword enchantment, and going to pretty much stock us up. But archery weapons are pointless in this entire map. They give you health and decide, hey, let's just vomit more guys on you. Which by this time, if you are any sort of competent with the half-designed archery system in this game, to where if any moving target is going more than the pace of these green dudes running around with their torn clothes, you will not hit them. Archery is as if you're just getting into shooting arrows. You don't plan on aiming where they're going to be, you shoot at where they were. Approximately a second ago. Now that we've killed this area, we will continue to probably the second easiest part of this map. How easy is it? Let all these guys pile up over here, get yourself a good charge ready. Avoid the bombs. When you think all of them have arrived, or because these pathing are slightly different to where they'll actually follow you, either attempt fate and take them out with your holy swing of broadsword might, or just stand at the sidelines with a archery weapon in hand and shoot at them. Of course, there is a third stage to this level, if I remember correctly. It starts off with the left side of the room filling up with idiots, you killing them. The right side of the room filling up with your lumbering zombie type. And oh yes, they did it early. Luckily, these guys are no sort of speed and can easily die. They have no sort of health. They are just easy mow-downable enemies, so you can just simply switch to a crossbow and have a field day with them. Keeping a brisk walking pace to avoid cannon fire. And then they mix it up. Or if you were confident enough, you could switch to your great axe and have the game slow to almost 20 frames a second, because the engine it was designed on cannot handle anything more than a handful of people on screen at a time. I hope you enjoy the cackling of idiots. And I'm calling them that because I think in the game's code they're actually called idiots. I did not know that box was there. Okay, this is the simplest part of the map. Collect this. Collect this. Collect this. Sit back and watch your health jar slowly refill, but not 100%, but you're okay with most of it. Because, my God, this is possibly the hardest level in the game, because there's no way you can possibly prepare for it.
He means to release the demons from their tomb under the enchanted forest. But I said to him, I said, you can't touch me, you lucky windbag. I'm the mayor. Aye, that told him. But then he had me locked up in here with all these nutters. Oh, it's been terrible. I haven't managed to get a word of sense out of anyone in weeks.
That's fine, because I just killed every single person in the building. Aside from you.
You have a good look around, lad.
And behold, the second dragon gem. And don't worry about the crazy people. I've killed the entire population of the building. Hold on, I gotta check something. How many enemies? How many enemies in the asylum? Inside the asylum. Because I feel like it's well over 100. The enemies are zombies, headless zombies, patients, and bats. Not idiots, as I expected. Oh, great, because the next map we have to do is going to be Enchanted Earth. Enemies. The patients, oh my god, these are hideous. It is so basic. It's just two little sprigs of green hair at the top. Their straitjacket body, spindly legs, and green shoes. And no facial features. Except for what appears to be just teeth on the top of a polygon mouth. Look better. The bats actually have features. Let's see an actual number trivia. The final iteration of the level was inspired by the Smash TV video game. Okay, I don't think there's any like statement on how many guys are actually running around the building. But I'm guessing well over 100. If not 100, fairly close. Because they just flood the rooms with just all sorts of evil. There's our sword I want, because it is the best weapon in the game. Because, okay, take the enchanted sword, right? Boost his damage quotient to about 50% extra. Now give it the enchantment bonus and make it permanent. Yeah.
Danielle, I've got something here I can give you, but I've no idea what it is. You fancy a little gamble, Mac?
That's always a gamble when it's free stuff. Behold the magic arrows. Flaming arrows. Oh! These are the things you need to kill the flying demons. Not only do you hit them and deal damage, you deal fire damage. And they take it. Because they're not fire demons, they're shadow demons. How did I not remember this? This seems like a serious oversight in my playthroughs of this game. So I don't see any information on how many actual undead / insane live within said asylum that I put the rest. Because nobody's actually giving any sort of numbers. They're just saying, oh, this is one of the most irritating piles of feculent crap in this game. But I'm pretty certain if you take the time and count each individual enemy that I lay to rest, or just do the math with how many kills I take to fill up my Hall of Heroes chalice, which is the easiest one to get in this game because you kill everybody to finish the level. And it's just there handed to you. And now I have to go and refill my health at the graveyard because, God help us, Ancient Earth is annoying first stage and second. Can't hit with projectile weapons because they don't know how to stand still and demon spawn who just know how to take a hit. I don't remember this ever existing. Okay. Let's get a good screenshot of that gargoyle there. Let me get some of this scenery going on. No, I'm probably going to use mostly just the asylum. It's just going to be a horde of... On the thumbnail, you're going to see MediEvil across the top. The number 4 in the bottom corner. Sir Daniel Fortescue in the middle. Looking very displeased with his current predicament of not being able to speak English. And by that I mean me. And then there's just going to be a swarm of people. It's going to look like ants. It's going to look like white noise. But enemies. They're going to be everywhere. It's going to be a catastrophe. And get the gold because we're going to need it for the pit of despair that is Enchanted Earth. And yes, this video may run over an hour, because I intend on beating that level come the video's end. I'm going the wrong direction. Not running Daniel Fortescue there. I can easily Photoshop that out and put it in. It's a good picture. I'm not going to get that gold because I don't care nearly enough for it. What I need is the sweet green stuff. And I need to find more of the full life vials, the big ones, the potion bottles, because you're going to need them for the end game. And if you don't have them all, heaven help you. Exit through stage left. I keep forgetting that I shouldn't talk through the loading screens because it doesn't let me actually finish speaking. It kind of stops recording, but it doesn't. Whatever. Here's that cutscene again. It's a grim foretelling of what is to soon happen. Demons littering, pouring out of every single dark spot you can imagine, and then swallowing you whole. Great. So much. Anyway, there's a health thing around here, and I don't care nearly enough to deal with these things. I should have gotten the enchantment on my sword. These frogs are like the worst NCPs in this whole game. And yes, I'm comparing them to the demons. The demons at least have some sort of weakness to them. They're slow, they're huge. You can't help but hit them with any swing you throw at them as long as you're on the same level as them. And if you have your sword enchanted, you can mow them down faster than you can say, "Good God, this holy sword knows how to kill unholy demons." It's like it's almost telling you you're going to be in for it, because it gives you gold, presumably, to charge your sword, and I swear to you, it's just the frogs have random shots of glory. They're just like, I'm going to... It's like their projectiles are homing, and that makes me crazy. Because the antagonist himself doesn't have I am having a stroke. The protagonist in the game, to where he has a green sprite of energy locking on to enemies, not even he has lock-on homing projectiles. Do you know what he has? Aim for projectiles that are about as good as this series prospects in getting a third game that's actually a continuation and not a reboot. I say that with love, however, because I want this game to get a proper remaster and the third edition. Now get ready for the seizures. Whew. Got my Shadow Talisman. I have to come all the way back here after expunging the demon scourge from this land. And that's going to be the easiest part of this level. Everything's already dead. There are no frogs. There are no demons. There's only a cup full of demon souls. I don't care. I have my own problems, and they're capital demon. Sure, their hit boxes are about the size of the moon, but it doesn't matter when they can chew through more than half of your health bar and half of your sanity, causing you to mumble incoherently sometimes because you're having a stroke trying to kill them. Luckily, when they're one-on-one, you can just button mash like there's no tomorrow and hopefully, just hopefully, kill all that stand in your way because of the stun lock, the precious stun lock, the thing you need to stay alive in this level. But heaven help you if you have more than one demon on you that you can't stun lock. You have to be cunning and be quick. Be fast as lightning and just as destructive. I'm going to talk to you. We're going to get our sword enchanted. We're going to get our flaming arrows. That's fully charged. We got to get everything we can. Get our spears. And even repair our gold shield. You know what? 100% that. Because that 8, that 20, that 12 missing, I feel like I'm going to need that. This level is just as sadistic to make you want to second guess your... I'm going to have a stroke. I can't even conjugate proper anything to try and describe what I'm feeling right now. Alright, demon, come out. There's supposed to be a demon spawn in, but it didn't. I'm not going to bother you. You're not important. You're not nearly important enough. Okay, here they come. It's fine. That is fine. That is fine. We have back here a little something to top off our ecto cooler. Okay. Put this away immediately, because I don't think we're going to run into any more demons. However, comma, do not walk into that. There's your Shadow Talisman. It's amazing you get that word spelled correctly, but artifact just seemed to elude you. This is why you have the fire effects on. Okay. No. That's fine. It's only one. That's only one. That's two. That caught me off guard. We're fine. I feel like it just decides to tilt based on whichever side you're closest to. Sword, get the sword, get the sword, get your sword, get your sword. Draw your sword. Okay, there's just one demon now. The other demon has fallen. Apparently the area right below him seems to be safe. It is not safe. Is it over? Thank the Lord. Now you have only one obstacle. Don't moron off of the side of the of this platform and sit and stew in your precious reward. We're gonna get our axe and we're gonna meditate on this. We're gonna listen to the soothing sounds of Andrew Barnabas, and I think his name is Paul Arnold. I don't know. I'm going to look, because I have it on my phone, because I like the soundtracks to MediEvil. I was right, Andrew Barnabas and Paul Arnold. MediEvil 1 and 2 soundtracks. There's no reason to rush. Nobody's spawning on you. And it seems to have known that this was the godless boss fight. And they've given you 2 fountains to wash yourself in. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, here's some energy vials. And here come the demons. Have at thee. Behold the power of the stun lock. Please make this the last 12%. I'm missing one. Where? Where? I have an idea of where, but he didn't spawn the second time. He popped up once and decided to just haul on out of there. Because you guys seen. I have proof. I've lain waste to all that was before me. And all that was behind me. What have you done, Fortescue? Oh, I bet you there's at least one more. Hiding out. Right over here. Of course they're gonna have these. Of course they're gonna have these. Of course. Oh, yes. Of course. Oh, man. My hands are sweaty. I gotta wipe them off with something. It's hot in here. I don't have a fan going. I have one fan going. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just do what we should do. Take a good step back and introduce our friend Fire. There we go. God help you, you stupid fool. It's just made me a crazy person. This level has made me a crazy person. Why? No, Rob. Listen carefully. Don't. For the love of God, don't. Oh, thank God. Okay. One of two things can happen here. I can scream. I can punch the earth. I can curse God for all he's done to me. Or I can take a logical look at this. This is a game error on one of the more annoying levels. I have to think about this very, very carefully. Extremely carefully. Very, extremely carefully. Where could they possibly have put the things? I don't know. Let's consider this. Okay. 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 Yeah, there's no return. did a demon fail to spawn in? Can I jump through this thing back up to the top? As you would expect, no. This game. Thank God there's this. We're reaching the hour mark, but you hold on a second. We're gonna break from our stoic tradition of 4 videos. We're gonna finish this map. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna go to the Hall of Heroes, and we're gonna be merry. We're gonna go get insulted by somebody. I'm gonna have them talk down at us. We're gonna get something out of it, though. It's just not gonna be like, hey, you suck. Here's a pity weapon. It'll pay off in the end. It might be the glory sword guy. Who knows? Please be there one demon here. No. Right. One of the shadow demons did not spawn. He did once, never again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the level. Then I'm going to play it again. Off screen. Not recorded. And we're going to start the video off with me finishing the level with the chalice in hand, smile on my dumb idiot face. Its goofy smile on my moron face. We're going to march right out to the Hall of Heroes and be like, here's our coupon for 1 free weapon and insult. Because this game hates me. Unless we can manage to spawn it. Unless we manage to spawn the final shadow demon, who is supposed to pop up in here, but has decided to bugger off for greener pastures or whatnot. I'm going to have to face some sort of cold, godless truth that, yes, the demon decided, no, you don't get this. You don't get this. Because he's supposed to spawn right here. He spawned in, saw I decided just to ignore him, and he said, fine. Do you. And he bailed. He left. He vanished. I reloaded the world. Walk through all the areas I possibly could. Everything in the forest is dead. Right? Right. So we're gonna leave. Okay. Found them. Found them both. Come here. I forgot they spawned in 2 extra ones to send you on your way. I didn't think of it, but they sure did. Now we're gonna go and get our chalice with my big dumb grin on my face. Hopefully not die. And we're gonna flawless that. Peek out my mic a little bit. Maybe it's peeking, I don't know. We're not gonna forget our little cup of purple goo. We're not gonna forget our goo. We're gonna ascend. We're gonna leave. And we'll never return here ever again. Goodbye, enchanted earth. Good. Go on. Give it to me. I deserve it. Where's your insult, you half-wit? Give me your sword. Give it to me. Whatever. I'm gonna get it yelled at Battle Axe, Bloodborne, man.
10,000 courses for this game. I bet money you be back pushing all daisies by now.
That was close.
There's something here for you.
Very close.
Very much. You want?
Yes. That's not what I want. I'll take it, though. Thank you. Don't speak to me ever again. Never. Ever speak to me again. If I so much as hear a syllable of your Spanish accent, I'm going to scream in your fat face.
We're going to take a short breathing exercise. And then, God permitting, I don't have an aneurysm, we're going to go to an equally infamous level. Thanks for watching. I have no intro or outro left. I've gone mad. This is the end of the video.